Jaden? Oh, it can't be. Is that you? Oh, impossible. Oh my God. Shut up, Raymond. All right, welcome. Anyway, I think this is something new this month. We have social media versus mass media. It's a very hot topic, very close to heart topic, and also we are discussing these two media, which is going to be a trend, but which one will be taking over, right? So let's start now. You please kindly turn on your camera, please. Thank you. Now, this one is also very important to all of you because wait, I need to what's wrong? I need your participations full force because this one we are doing listening, complete, possible, and as well as oral. Okay, this month July is mostly oral presentation, as you know, right? Set 2 is going to have paper 1, 2, 3, 4, everything. Hi, welcome, Juni. How are you? Good. Yeah, I like the way you said yes. 加油, 加油. So a quick one. Let's start with Hanye, if you don't mind. Hi, Jamie. Welcome. So what is social media and mass media? Okay. Once you're done explaining your thoughts, you just say that's all right. In 3, 2, 1. Later, we're going to have to show you a few video. And after the video, I want you to express or impress your thoughts. And tell me. I'm surprised that there are some students who tell me the answer. I was a bit shocked. Later, I'll share with you, okay? Now, let's talk about social media versus mass media. Which one do you think is important to you? And which one do you think is going to be the next trend, the next paradigm shift, the next things that is the fashion? Okay? There's no right or wrong answer. Back to you, Hanye. Please unmute your mic. Thank you very much. Mr. Hanye, are you ready to unmute?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
哪一个？你 okay, please explain what do you mean by social media and mass media? Back to you.
Social media is like you have social media is a type of media which is very accessible and is most people can get to use social media. But mass media is even though you don't have any phones or anything, if you let's say it's a newspaper, they will have mass media. So or even advertisement also mass media. So does mass media is slightly more accessible than social media.
Wait, one more time. Mass media is more accessible, is it?
Yes, because even if you don't have a phone, you can still access mass media. But
Oh,
if you don't have a phone, you cannot access social media.
I see. Is that all?
Yeah.
哎，大哥，如果你现在没有电话，你好像是住在50年代哎。你 don't tell me 你的奶奶爷爷没有 handphone 啊？那他怎么跟你的宝贝这个孙子讲话？哎，you got problem 啊？ If nowadays if somebody tell you I got no handphone, you say hello, get a life, get a handphone, right? And even that person who don't have a very smartphone or 5G or 4G, now no more 3G, they still will have a Nokia phone, right? Can you imagine Jaden and Jamie and Juni and Anya? If your friend is holding a Nokia handphone, you will tell you, you cannot play your game, right? You are banned from you are banned from using a handphone for playing games. So only Nokia phones it's very pathetic. The game is Snake, the very boring games. Okay, thank you, Hanya. You know what I mean, right? Because I got a few students, 他们玩电话玩的 addicted 最后的 mommy bought the Nokia phone. It's just only for SMS. And mommy, 我到了补习中心了. Mommy, I'm doing this. No, you cannot do watching YouTube. Very pathetic. 20 years ago, Nokia phone was awesome. But now 20 years later, Nokia phone was okay, Junie, what you understand by social media and mass media, Junie? Good to hear your voice again. Thank you, sir.
Social media is like social media is like you must use like internet to like reach other people. It's like the mass media is like you can like like a means of communication.
Mm-hmm.
They can like reach a lot of people. Like it's just like newspaper and other things.
Okay. That's all.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. All right, Jamie, your turn.
Um, social media is more interactive and like users can engage con with content and each other better.
Content issue. Oh, okay. Okay.
And this helps them to have like a sense of like community and conversation.
Wow, a sense of wow, cool, man. All right. Not sarcastic, please. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm just amazed the words that the choice of word that you use. Carry on.
But mass media is more of like um
How you say?
mass media is more of like radios and like newspapers, which
That's what, sorry, the last part I didn't hear you, Carry. I'm so sorry. What do you say?
mass media is more of like radios and newspapers.
The radio and newspaper, right? You mentioned the last word newspaper.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, maybe the last part your mic is a bit okay. All right, carry on, carry on. I hear you next. Carry on.
But mass media can reach like a more broader and diverse audience rather than social media.
Wow. Okay. Any more?
No.
No more. Thank you. No more. Confirm. Thank you very much. Last but not least, all the way from Britain. All right. So you're going to tell me what is the difference between social media and mass media? By the way, British got a new prime minister, right? They just changed. The Indians guy no more prime minister, so he changed to my cousin, Sir Kira Stammer. I think that's how I pronounce his name. Back to you, Mr. Jaden. What is the difference between social media and mass media?
So social media is an online platform where everyone can post their ideas and thoughts and what they're doing on. Yeah. And mass media is like only the officials can post what they want the public to know. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you very much for the four of you who give me a very insightful, foresightful, whatever it is, a very, not say very detailed, but quite simple explanation in the layman terms about social media and mass media. I've been doing this for a couple of lessons before you all. So your answer are very close to my answer. In fact, I think you are all right. Let's hear it from what we're going to do about this social media. So this whole entire month, we are going to talk about social media and mass media and what are they going to implicate, should I say, how are they going to have the impact on us, all right? Day one, mass media. What is the difference between mass media and social media? You are all confirmed right. Well done. If this topic were to come out in your exam, be it paper 1, 2, 3, and 4, you're going to hit jackpot. Mass media, those means of communication that reach and influence large number of people. You are right, Jamie, as well as the rest of you mentioned that. This include newspaper, magazine, radio, and television. And they forgot to add one more thing. It's called fax. Okay, I don't know you know about fax machines. Okay, and these are also referred to as the traditional media, meanings that very traditional, meanings that your great grandfather and your grandfather used to have this. But now with social media, those means of communications that are primarily hosted by the internet. Now take note of this word, guys. What is 50? Ready? This is the acronyms Uncle Raymond used. If I were to ask you what is 50, 50 means F stand for Facebook. I think that's how it started with social media using Facebook. And then the next I will be Instagram. T, last time we had Twitter and TikTok, but now Twitter is called X, right? So we call it TikTok. The last I, yes, some of you are right, internet, which is called www, World Wide Web. World Wide Web, internet, right? So later, after the near to the end of the lesson, we're going to vote. Okay, there's no right or wrong answer. We're going to vote to ask all of your opinion. Which side would you want to be? All right, Ken? So let's start off with this one. Okay, since Jaden and Junie, you are here, and yet you take a break. Jaden, you will talk about the blue one. Junie, Once Jaden finish, you have to talk about this one, okay? The maroon, or you call it the purple color. Depends on your screen. For my screen, I call it maroon color. Mass media, traditional. Wait, I think it's too big. It should be, yeah, it is. Yeah. Because they put it wrongly, so I put it here. Okay, Jaden, are you ready? Oh, sorry. Jaden?
Mass media refers to media technologies that reach a mass audience.
Okay. Judy?
Social media refers to computer-based technology that enables users to create and share content or to participate in social networking.
So what you say just now, the four of you are, you're right. Let's move on to the next point.
Mainly involves print media, newspapers and magazines, and broadcast media, television and radio.
I tell you, in the 60s, ever since when television was invented, I think in the 1950s onwards, it was like, whoa, big hoo-ha. And radio, of course, you know, it's been invented long ago before World War I. So it kind of helped, even the movie, those black and white movie without sound. But that's like a Charlie Chaplin, that kind of era. But later on now, we got this, what, 4K or 8K of television set. Or even we have this 3D on TV, putting on the glasses, or even the sound system is so awful. That is more to the mass media. But now we have Netflix. If you know what is Netflix and what is that called? Geographics. What do you call? What do you call this? About geography. National Geographic, right? Yeah, correct. And BBC Earth. Okay, all these it's more to a mass media, but now we can watch it in the internet. All right. So let's move on to this one, Jaden. I'm not sorry, Jaden. Julie, sorry.
Include different types of platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Reddit, Wikipedia, and Pinterest.
I got some students disagree with me. I don't think it's good to have Wikipedia. You have to take a pinch of salt because 50% of their contents are not 100% accurate. I mean, if sometimes you find, then suddenly this Wikipedia came out in your Google search engine, just read it for fun and laughter and for just only for some knowledge. But don't take it very seriously. Just get some idea. Because Wikipedia, anybody can put in inside. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can put in your all the content and then you share it. So how true and how useful, how meaningful, it all depends on how the person sees it. I went to where I used to see a lot of things in Wikipedia. Yeah, most of the time it's very accurate. But just take note about this one. Next one.
Public is the audience.
Oh, really? Yes, this one. Your turn, Julie.
Public can be both content creators and audience.
The first person that come to me in my mind would be Mr. Beast. Right, Jaden? You know my cousin, Mr. Beast. Yeah, I like your face. Yeah. You know, Mr. Beast recently built 100 houses. You do know that in Central and you follow him Oh, you know, like 100 houses, and then he built 1,000 well in Africa, and then he made about a few hundred or so that they are blind and be able to see. But yet, Julie, you know, I'm not sure about you all know or not. I heard from my younger son that there are still people who want to go against him, or even want to kill him or destroy him or whatever it is. Do you know about this, Jaden? And yeah, Jamie? Julie, do you know or not? Is it true? Is it just a rumors? Is it true? True, right? I heard. Why? So some of my students say, no, I think because they are born to be jealous of people. They cannot see other people successful. Okay, they are just jealous that why are they so popular? I mean, seriously, you 头脑有病. Okay, these are some people in the world like that, right? I can't help it. So like this social media is like not only you can view it for public in the audience, but at the same time, you also can influence others. You're also the creator of the content like Mr. Beast. Who else? A lot of influencers you should know, including yourself. You also can create a YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, then you share your knowledge, your advice, your experiences, or anything. But whereas the mass media, that's it. You need to show it, and then that's it. Well, the other one is both way. Is it true? Jaden?
Offers one-way communication.
Junie?
Offers two-way communication.
Exactly. TV and radio, you just receive the asynchronized. Well, the other one is synchronized, two-way. Seriously, that means you not only you send, they also can feedback to your video, to like your video, to hate your video, to give good and bad comments about your video and feedback, whatever you say, they can have two ways. But there in mass media, no, one way. Jaden?
Has a higher reach.
What about Junie? Junie? Hello, Junie, your turn. Are you able to hear me? Hello, Junie. Hello. Can you just okay, has a lower reach. I disagree what he say here, saying that mass media has a higher reach than social media. I think both are equally important. Yeah, I agree, Jamie. You mentioned about there are some places that social media, there's no Wi-Fi, no internet connections. The only way, like, unless you tell me like Amazon jungle, forest, very remote places that you cannot receive Wi-Fi, understand? Then you can reach a higher audience, a bit of much better audience base than social media, which you need internet connections. The same thing, TV is also you need antenna and reach a certain audience as well as using your radio. But if you were to watch a movie called the Silence Generation, the 沉默的时代, what do you call this? The director is Jack Neo, Liang Zhiqiang, a Singapore production. You will know the past how Singaporean watch television program. In the 50s, when TV was introduced after the Independence Day, not 50, 60, sorry, 50 or 60, yeah. The TV, black and white TV is only for those people who can afford. And the big TV screen on top, there is a door to close it, to lock it. And below the TV set, you can put newspaper. And some even TV sets, a very small black and white TV set, or maybe not very big, about 20-inch of TV, will put inside the CC community center. And then all the kids will sit there and watch television programs. And the viewing time is only about 3 hours from 6 to 9, that's it. And there's no broadcast already. But now, your TV can be 24 hours, 7 days, 365 days, non-stop. It's around the clock. Same thing when you use your internet also. Anytime you want to watch, nobody stop you. But in the 50s, 60s, 70s, or even to the 80s, we only allowed to watch maybe the most maximum 12 hours. And then after from 12 to 6 a.m., that's it. All the mass communication, no more. Then 6 o'clock, then they'll start to sing the Majula Singapura. Then they start a brand new day. And this go on for many years until maybe in the late 80s when they introduced a lot more programs, more like HBO, some of the movies like from America, they import, like StarHub introduced more shows coming in, like able to watch football, like the World Cup, for example. Like now you're watching Euro, right? So you have certain timing to watch because this is more mass media. But now you don't need to sit in front of the TV to watch. You can use your handphone or your iPad or your laptop to watch. So that's the difference. Okay, let's hear. So what are the 5 major differences between traditional and social media? All right. Introduction. So we are using the AIMS. Can you detect the AIMS in the introduction here? Ready? So I want you all to guess which one is which one, okay? Now, in the past, traditional forms of media were the only ways you could get your message out to the public. But in today's digital landscape, there are a variety of new methods for reaching a mass or niche audience, a special audience, global audience. It begs the questions, traditional media versus social media or mass media. Okay, I just put that mass media. How do you decide which work best? Or do you need to decide at all? Do you need to really have to sit down to think for a few days, which is more important? Well, before you start waxing philosophical, let's figure out what we are really examining in the first place. So to me, the last sentence here is more to the pinky one. It's more to the S, suspend. Okay, in the past, though, this is like creating an atmosphere to me. But in today's digital life landscape, there are varieties of new methods for reaching a message. That's a very interesting statements. And it begs the questions all here up to here. I feel that it's very motivating to know what is going to happen next. So I feel that this is atmosphere. So can I have some of your thoughts? What do you think about this AIMS? If you can disagree, you disagree. I'm not saying that you must agree with what I say here. So let me see, which color should I choose? Wait a bit. No, blue then. Okay, I'll choose. No, I think I'll choose yellow. Okay. So Jaden, which one do you think is supposed to be the atmosphere, the interesting statements, the motivations, interesting sections, the motivation statements, and S, of course, is a suspend. Do you agree with this arrangement? Or do you have your own arrangement?
I agree.
You agree? Oh, you're eating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I have some? I haven't taken my breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Come. All right, thank you. What burger? Okay. Jimmy, do you agree now? Or do you have some changes? Huh? Yes. Do you agree with this arrangement, AIMS? Yes? You're also eating? Okay. Okay, thanks. Thanks for really sacrificing your breakfast while listening to my class at this time. Really appreciate it. Okay, enjoy your breakfast. So sorry. 韩烨，就你还没有吃啊？你看每个人在吃嘞。哦，你看你脸臭了，鸡蛋，你饿了啊，宝贝。等一下我叫 Grab Food 送 burger 给你哦。OK， 韩烨，你吃了没有？吃了。哦，OK， 韩烨 ，Do you agree now with this
Yes,
agreement?
I agree.
Agree, yeah? So, Jun, you agree? If you agree, you thumbs up. Thank you, sir. So you see, this is how we're going to start an introduction for all your essay if possible. It's so simple with AIMS, four alphabet with about 4 to 5 sentences to entice your reader and examiner to say, wow, this is a good introduction. Let's see. Okay, what is traditional media? Traditional media refers to forms of mass media that focus on delivering news to the general public or a targeted groups of public. Depends how you see it. Some people like listen to radio. 933 is more to the Chinese, and then 91.3 is English, and then 94.5, if I'm not mistaken, is for the Malay audience, and then 93.8, I think, is for the Indians or the Tamils and Indians audience. And then another channel is for foreigners, for Koreans or Japanese people who stay in Singapore. So, yeah, okay, this is more to like radio stations. And of course, for TV, we have channel 5 and channel 8. Hey, by the way, can I show off your thumbs up or thumbs down? Do you still watch programs on TV now? Do you still use TV to watch program? Jaden? Up or down? Still using TV, no, Jimmy. Okay, how about 韩烨？你们还有没有看电视？还是用your internet as in your handphone？ 你还有看电视跟听那个 radio 吗？
A bit, a bit.
A bit. How about Junie? You still using Okay, hey, the other class are all thumbs down. Wow. Okay. Traditional form of media include print publication like newspaper and magazine, broadcast news like television and radio. And in recent years, the digital versions of those media outlets such as the digital newspaper and blog. So if you go to 7-Eleven, you will see that the newspaper are getting lesser and thinner. Many years ago, 20 years ago, Jaden, when I want to advertise my tuition, I will spend about like this 2 line like that. And I will spend about $36 to $40 to put this in the newspaper for advertisement for my tuition business. So every Saturday, I will post it for a good 5 to 8 years around this period. It cost me a lot. True enough, there are people, their parents who call up and say, do you offer tuition, right? So I go to their house or they come to my house for tuition. That goes on for many years. Until recently now, I put my tuition in my Facebook, in my artcrest.com website, and of course other social media platform. Now I don't put this in the newspaper, and newspaper nobody really bother. Now you can put your advertisement on Hanya. You say advertisement on newspaper, right? Now we got this e-advertisement. You pay them in the advertisement, and now sometimes you watch a movie, suddenly got this thing pop up, a short video clip about 10 to 12 seconds, right? To show their advertisements. And then if you don't want this advertisement, you can have the pay view movie. Then you cut away all the advertisement, something like that. But sometimes you watch on TV, then sometimes you 广告时间 commercial break time, about 5 minutes, then go back to watch the movie, the show. So that was a good old days when I put my tuition business on newspaper. And the thing is that they don't immediately call you. They might after a few weeks later and say, do you give tuition? And say, yeah. How do you know? I say, oh, I was looking at the newspaper that was dated 3 weeks ago. So I managed to happen to come across your tuitions and yeah, things like that. But now, then after the newspaper over already, I mean, not over, I mean, after the newspaper, after a few weeks, the newspaper, people will throw away the newspaper, discard the newspaper or sell away for recycle use. That's it. Nobody will know that I'm giving tuition. But on the Facebook, like social media, it's there 24/7, 365 days, unless you take up the advertisement, the e-advertisement. It's there. It's so powerful. Why am I sharing with you this? Because when you go to Sec 3, Sec 4, or when you go to A level and poly, they will have these kind of topics to talk about this sales and marketing. If you are interested in business, finance, if you are interested in cyber technology or technology subjects in your higher study, they will ask you all these kind of questions. What is the advantages and disadvantages? Okay. Excuse me. So, like you said, the digital medias and blogs. Okay. So, what is social media? The term social media is used a lot these days to describe a variety of different digital platforms. The key word is digital platform. For the purpose of this piece, social media refers to social networking. I think what Jimmy said before, sites like Facebook, Twitter. Yeah, I'm right. Twitter now is called X. No more Twitter, they call X, right? Instagram, Pinterest. I'm not sure you all have Pinterest, but Pinterest is very nice, very useful. Can learn a lot of things, but I now seldom go in. Of course, YouTube. Later, you're going to watch one clip on YouTube, linking, and etc. more. Now, what's the difference between traditional media and social media? Where traditional media generally offer a wider audience pool, social media allows more targeted distribution. Take note now, wider pool is for mass media or traditional media. Targeted distribution is more for social. That means you target certain group. For example, if you are selling clothes, you want to target people who want to buy clothes. And a very good example would be Lazada, Shopee, Amazon's, Carousel, and Alibaba. Okay, they have a platform, but if you want to buy car accessory, you type car accessory. If you want to buy Pokemon products, you type Pokemon, and so on and so forth, right? All right, may I have Hanye? Would you mind read this so I can rest my mouth for a while? Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
If you're pitching correctly, your earned media hits should be reaching more narrow target audience. However, even the best of pitches distributed to the best of media outlets are still going to hit a broader audience than you originally set out to target. After all, that's half of the reason why traditional forms of media were so coveted in the past. If your story aired on 6 o'clock news, you knew your impression count will be going through the roof.
Yeah, why 6 o'clock? Everyone will pay attention to this because 6 o'clock is where everyone knock off from work, going home, or already reach home. Or maybe 6 o'clock is where everyone's going for dinner while eating in the coffee shop, in the food court, in a restaurant, if there's the TV, things like that. Then people will sit down and watch the news. And And then they will have this commercial break, and then they will get you to know, oh, okay, your products. So mass media, the target audience is different. Carry on the next paragraph, please.
Social media, on the other hand, gives PR pros the opportunity to retarget their messages, selecting everything from the demographics and geography of an audience to the time of day the post will go live.
You realize recently a lot of influencer, YouTuber, a lot of celebrities, they use social media to promote other products like face wash, cosmetic, even car accessory, or even car, or even Pokemon products, or even clothing, even the what vacuum cleaners. You name it lah. Wow, the list is endless. So they will even get you know about this guy called Simon Boy? Anyone know about Simon Boy? He's actually a ex-drug addict offender in Singapore. He used to be very notorious. But then he started to have his own platform on social media to sell products, to help people to sell their products, be it 肉干也好, or even chicken rice, or even jewelry, you name it. You will make it as a movie, a script. There's a story, and then finally they sell the product. And recently he has this Simon Boy. If you're staying somewhere in Canberra, Sembawang or Woodlands area, or yeah, that area, he just recently opened a new chicken rice store. I don't know what you call it, I can't remember. If you go to TikTok or Instagram, I think TikTok, you will see that Simon Boy, you will know what I mean. And then got this another drug addicts offenders. He came out to talk about, please do not take drugs. And he turned over a new leaf, and he speak very well. Seriously, his English is really very good. But everyone has passed. So with the social media, you're creating a platform for PR, for people to understand one another, to appreciate, oh, this is how it works. Later, I will show you a couple of them, and then you tell me how it is, all right? Thank you. Jimmy, are you ready to talk? Or are you still eating? You're able to read? Social media is immediate, while traditional can be delayed due to press time. Back to you.
Every PR pro has been there. You pitched a story in mid-September that doesn't result in a finished piece until the following March. It happens. Traditional media tends to have a longer timeline than social media. Not only can press time slow you down, pieces for traditional media tend to take longer to put together. Think of all those hours drafting and distributing a pitch, connecting reporters and resources, and providing useful imagery. Social media posts are generally shorter, usually meaning they take less time to put together and can be published immediately.
Exactly. Whereas on TV, on traditional media, everyone, please listen. There's this thing called censorship. Do you know what's the meaning of censorship, Jaden? Hanye, Jamie, and Junie. You know what censorship? Okay, I mean, I'm sorry. Do you watch movie? Do you really go to the cinema and watch movie? The last movie I watched, Jaden, is 小孩不笨. You know, the 第三集. 你有看吗？你懂小孩不笨吗？第一集、第二集我去看了。那时候是 June holiday, I brought my son. Actually, I want to watch How to Be a Millionaire Before Grandmother Died. That was a very nice Thai movie. Then later I want to watch The Million 4, but 还没有出. So if you watch this kind of movie, they got this thing called NC-16, right? PG and then RA-21. So censorship means that in Singapore, if there's any movie on TV, it's on TV or what. If there's anything that show about smoking, they will censor off. They will cut. Recently, the mural on the wall about the Samsui woman, showing that she's holding a secret. And people comment like, instead of a Samsui woman, it looks more like a prostitute. And then some people comment, how can you show a Samsui woman smoking? But the true fact of life is that Samsui woman did smoke last time. And this artist want to portray that kind of image. But because of censorship in Singapore, they say he asked him to take down the secret. That means paint away the secret and put something else. But then I think the person disagrees, say that doesn't show the real life of what a Samsui woman, 红头巾. And the same things, anything's got to do with secrets in Singapore, they will censor it off. And that is the mass media. They will take some time to view it and then censor it. And even like in the 80s, Hanye, 70 or 80s when Singapore government say that 讲华语运动speak Mandarin campaign. Before that, they got a lot of dialects, 潮州话, 福建话, 广东话, everything. Then after that, they censor it off. No dialects, no Singlish. So everyone are forced to learn Mandarin. Yeah, everyone is forced to learn Mandarin. It's good. But then it destroy. I use the word destroy. Maybe I'm wrong. To destroy away the roots of our dialect. So nowadays you see a lot of youngsters can't speak dialects. Of course, even some of them, in fact, majority of them nowadays are sad to say, they can't even speak Mandarin well. You agree or not, Hanye? Jaden, you agree? You agree, Jamie? Agree, Junie? Your generation and Chinese, and we are Chinese, and we can't, not only you Chinese, the Malays, the the Indians, as well as the Punjabi, the Sikh, they can't even speak their mother tongue well because they are too engrossed in learning what we call the master language called English. I already told you, like got people tell me, Jaden, what is 粽子? Is it a burger? Yeah, mosh burger. Yeah, very sad. From a student from China, not knowing their Chinese. Oh, sorry, never mind. I'm very scared. Jaden, are you ready to read the next paragraph? Traditional media pieces are more finer, where social media is dynamic. I very agree with this piece of sentence here. Back to you.
For the most part, once a story is published on a traditional form of media, it's final. If you're lucky, the reporter you worked with on the story may be willing to make changes after the fact to an online piece. But if your story hit newsstands or went live on television or radio, chances are it's too late.
Yeah. If you don't believe, a few years ago, I was being filmed in this short film called Dementia. You go and Google it. I don't know what is the title. So they came to my house, Jaden, to film me and my mom and interview me so that everyone know about what is dementia. Well, it took them a while to like cut. Can you do this? Can you see properly? Can you face this side? Can you say this word? So there's a lot of cut and action and replay. And then when they bring back to the studio, they will do some editings, fine-tuning, and then the lighting, all these things. They even bring the whole entire crews to do lighting and talk about it. About how as a caregiver talking about dementia. No? So what you have read here is true. You have to go through a few things that online and then your story, and then finally, once you put it there, it's permanent. Well, social media, anytime you don't like, you can take out. You can take down, you can delete, you can edit if you want to. Like Facebook, sometimes I type something wrong. Oh shit, it's not happy birthday, it's happy anniversary. Something like that, change it. But once you put on radio and TV, you cannot redeem. Carry on, Jaden.
Because social media is a form of own media, you have the control to make updates wherever you need to. PR pros have the freedom to issue retractions, edit posts after they're pushed live, or even delete messages entirely. And since social media happens immediately, there is absolutely no delay between the time a change is needed and when it reaches audiences.
I correct me if I'm wrong, Jaden. There's this TikTok and Instagram called live, right? Live. That means you're live recording. This is live, right? Then so the moment you click live, anyone in the world who have this social media platform like Twitter, TikTok, X or tweet, X or TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, they will watch you live. Just like in like watching football live. There's no mistake on it. You have to do it. So when you're doing live in action, the way you speak, the way you present, oh, this is live now. I'm walking through to show you this newly open shopping mall. Wow, so many people, or even you can show someone cooking a dish and then show live. All these are something that we see in social media. And this is the different platforms. Okay.
It's not live.
Huh?
You're not live now.
What?
Because you're just recording the video, you're not live.
Oh. Okay, next one. Junie, are you ready? Social media offer more control over the message than traditional media. Oh, yeah. Ready? Are you eating? Okay, now. Okay, go.
Similar to above, but a PR pro controls the publication date and time of the social media post. Social also offers greater control over the message. Although you can't control how the public will respond once the message is out there, You do have the opportunity to control what you say in the first place.
Yeah. So whatever you say in social media is very important. So you realize sometimes when people post something out of anger, maybe what happened to Hanye? I wait for him for a while. I think it's coming here. Hanye is back. Okay. So out of anger, they will post something very nasty, saying some racist remark or prejudice or not something that is again, then they are feel good. Then everyone, after a while later, you can see all the comments come into his social media or her social media and bad comments and scolding that person. Then you say, oh, I'm so sorry, I better take out the video or the platform or whatever it is, or the screenshot and things like that. And too late already. It is being viewed by a lot of people, and the reputation of that particular person will be tarnished. Or if sometimes when you see someone help an old lady out of goodwill, no intention, not purposely, but really from the heart, or doing CPR or helping a person, to old lady across the road, then your social media was in the platform, everyone have a like. You know, recently this Singapore goalkeeper who helped China to go to World Cup, right, Jaden, you know, right? Wow, overnight, 40 years old, he become famous, right? Hanye, Junyi, and Jimmy. And honestly, the other group of people say, oh, Singapore football gone liao lah, gone liao. 7-0. 7-0 roti prata. But China people came all the way to thank him and even visit his nasi lemak, give money to him. And finally, he donated about $10,000 to a charity in Singapore. That's powerful in social media. Of course, I'm not sure about mass media. Did they show? Mass media is the football, but I was betting that China go to World Cup, to be honest. It's about time China should go to World Cup. The last time I saw China went to World Cup is many years ago, but very sad they are not up to the standard. But I think that time when they played, they are quite good standard for that many years ago. But now I believe China have its own club and things like that, with the social media platform show. And student asked me, do you think Uncle Raymond, you've been watching football since 1970 until now? How do you find the football in Singapore? Recently, it's really bad. Only Fandi Ahmad's the children can play well. The rest, I'm not saying they cannot play well. They don't have the quality yet and professionalism and the stamina and the ability and capability like in the British English Premier League. Be it Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur, Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, you name it. These are really every day and night they have a academy player. But some of the Singapore football players, they are not full-fledged, full-time players. Some of them have part-time job, like this goalkeeper, 40 years old, they have to sell nasi lemak. And if you say Singapore is involved in football, not like the time when we have mass media, we watch how Singapore player play football. Okay, that's how I feel. Okay, thank you, Junie. Back to you. Who else? Hanye, you read already. Jamie, Jamie, you read right just now? Did you read? Junie, you read already. Hanye, can you do again?
All right. The typical flow of traditional piece looks a lot like this. The PR pro pitches the story, reporter publishes the story, and the public reads the story. The cycle ends there until it begins again. With social media, the public has the opportunity to voice their opinions, and boy do they.
And boy, do they really, true now. Right. If Uncle Raymond were to put my Facebook to show this, Honey will say, oh my God, Uncle Raymond, you look damn bloody ugly. Can you take down your picture? All right. But if you show someone like doing a good deed, you will put the comments there. So this is the difference. This is a different era. I'm not sure, ladies and gentlemen, the four of you here, I'm not sure in next 20 years, what kind of media will they come out? Will they call AI media? Jaden? It's called Apple Intelligence. Not artificial intelligence. I don't know. Seriously. The world has been changing so fast and it moves the paradigm shift and the kind of speed they are moving on is so damn fast. I don't know how you're going to do. Okay, carry on the next paragraph, please.
Not only does the public expect to be heard when they share their opinions on a story or current events, they also expect the brand to respond. PR pros using social media in the day-to-day should be prepared to act fast and respond appropriately.
Do you know about this Hanye, this restaurant in Singapore called Jolly Bean? Jollibee. It's from a Filipinos. It's similar to KFC. Few years ago, I ordered some chicken. And when I brought back home, I saw the chicken. That is not what I want. Or even the chickaboo, KFC, some similar to KFC. The moment I saw it, oh my goodness, I post it on the social media. And yeah, say, wow, this chicken, something like that. Straight away, there is an immediate response by a manager to me. I'm so sorry to hear that your order is not to your expectations. Apologies for that. How can we help to improve our quality and services? Then the next movie say, for that, we look into the matter already. I'm so sorry for your inconvenient cost. We will have decided to give you a coupon, a discount the next visit you come to our restaurant. Okay, and true enough, they send an email to me or by a letter, a post to my mailbox. That was a few years ago. That was so powerful by the so-called Facebook. They really respond, and guess what? I reply back, thank you for your fast response. Indeed, you guys keep your promises and well done. Guess what? You go and look through my Facebook. I'm not sure whether it's still there or not. And there are some people who are like, wow, well done to Jollibee, and things like that. So this is where, they are prepared to act fast and respond properly. Very true. Jaden, your turn, please. Wait, let me see, got any more? Oh, that's about it. So this is the last one here. The best of both worlds.
The media industry is rapidly changing, and PR must keep up to survive. However, that doesn't mean all of the old ways are obsolete. As you can probably see from the above comparison, traditional media and social media both have their pros and cons. Depending on the situation, the goal or the strategy, one method may work better than another for your brand. Instead of thinking as traditional versus social in the sense that one is slowly replacing the other, think instead of how the two tactics can work together to help you achieve your overall goals. One important thing to remember whether incorporating traditional or social media or both into your scope of work is that your strategy needs to change depending on the medium. Traditional media public relations tactics are going to be very different from the tactics you take on social media.
Thank you very much. Since we are on this part here, Jaden, so I say, and it's true, however, that doesn't mean all the old ways are obsolete. You realize those old fashions, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s fashions, their dressing come back again, and they modify and make it more interesting and vibrant. So Jaden, if you are a businessman and you have a product to sell, let's say a washing machine, a refrigerator, or maybe a vacuum cleaner, or maybe your services like cleaning services, will you prefer to use mass media or social media? Okay, let's give you three choices. A is mass media, 2 is social media, 3 will be hybrid. Hybrid means 两个. Which one?
I agree.
Hybrid, thank you. How about you, Jamie? Which one will you use?
Social.
Sorry?
Social.
Socials, okay. How about you, Junie? Which media will you use?
Social media.
Social media. I can't see your face. Don't mind, thank you. Hanya, which one will you use?
Social media.
I prefer what Jaden said, hybrid, no. Because you remember, somebody just now say, right, not everyone, like Hanya, I think you're the one saying, not everyone have a handphone, right? Correct? You say that, right? Not everyone have a handphone, not everyone have an internet. So we are targeting people who are phobia in using handphone. Nothing wrong. There are some people until today they may not have a handphone. They just say, you want to find me, come to my house and look for me. And I'm very scared to use handphone because when last time I used handphone, I got scammed. So I'm not going to use internet banking or any e-transaction. I pay cash. I don't want to pay now, pay wait, pay la, pay whatever. It's pay wasting. So yeah, I think hybrids, they are nowadays, they still need TV, radio, newspaper, magazines, books, brochure. Of course, if you stay in HDB flat, I'm not sure about condominium. Before you enter the lift, there's this digital advertisement to show things. like their services or even the latest news. And if you go to those high class commercial building, not saying really high class, okay, commercial building, when you enter the lift, they will show CNA news or some advertisements or CNBC news, right? That kind of platform. So hybrid is supposed to be the way. But of course, if you say social media is your choice, I can't stop you, right? Laurel. Where how you pronounce the name, Hanyan? Laurel. Like Laurel. Laurel. Okay, Laurel. Okay. I'll just make sure I pronounce it correctly. All right. So we're gonna do this one, but before that, I'm gonna stop here. I'm going to pause the record. So after watching these three video, my feelings, my feedback, my thoughts is that the first one, that the teenagers was using social media, neglecting the mom, grandma. Then later the grandma went to the room using the mass media, which is the TV, to kind of flashback her bonding with her granddaughter, showing how she was when young. She without hesitating keep repeating 恭喜发财 for many times, and every time when the granddaughter replies, she feel very happy. Like there's a strong bonding. But when grow older, when she start, Ama, 你很烦 eh. The moment they shouted, that the parents turn around and say, ooh. And the parents also watching television, that is a mass media. So you realize the mass media and social media both are watching, but neglecting the old ladies. The second pictures using social media, of course, you can see it's from TikTok. And it kind of shows that using the social medias, people are too engrossed in their life. But the mom want to use social media to kind of have bonding with the daughter, thinking that with social media can help bring it closer because the daughter is in overseas studying. And because it's kind of maybe she's the only child, that she want to have the strong bonding. But unfortunately, the daughter's just ignore and saying too busy, but it was already too late to turn back the clock and bring back the mom. The last one is the father who is having dementia. I feel it. No matter how many times is it, that is definitely not social media. That is definitely a mass media reading a newspaper, ignoring his father. It's like, why are you disturbing my peace? I'm reading the newspaper. As far as concerned, I'm sitting beside you. Just shut up and sit there and don't bother me. But sad to say, after reading the diary, the fathers have wrote, showing that, oh, I didn't know my father wrote this. He really loved it so much. And yet this is how I reply him. I'm really not a good son. Okay, so that's my feedback. So out of these three, which one do you think I think is the most touching and most personal impact is the last one for me? All right, thank you very much. So now I'm back to you. Same thing, you can say anything with these three video, and at the end of the day, just say that's all. May I start with Jamie first? Jamie, how do you feel? Which one? I leave it to you. Let's go. It's a oral presentation, right? So just this is a warm-up, because next week we got another different type of oral presentation. We'll be watching a video maybe, and then you have to talk, like, write down and then present, right? This is preparing you for not just your set 2, but your set 4 O level. All right, thank you, Jamie.
Repeat the question.
No, after watching the 3 video, right? 你的感想是什么? How you feel?
All three.
Yeah, I leave it to you. Yeah. Primary school, right? Jamie, you remember primary school PSLE? We got 3 picture, right? Then sometimes you choose one picture, the essay, you forgot already. Oh my goodness. Hey, hello. It's only last year, brother. Not like few years, then the way you look at me, you may remember the essay, English essay that Jaden, not last year, 2 years ago. Sorry. You're set 2. I thought you're set. I'm so sorry. PSLE got 3 picture, right? So same thing. You can say all the 3 picture, you can say 1 picture, 1 video. This is not picture, 1 video. Let's go. Or all the video.
For the first video, I feel like nowadays teenagers are like too addicted to their phones and online like stuff, so that they neglect like actually bonding with their family and their grandmother. I feel like that is like very isolating towards the grandmother, as like the grandmother will feel like all her grandchildren and like all her other family member don't really like bond and communicate with her anymore, and that they always just visit her and just stay at her house to like play their phone and like watch TV.
Mm. Mm. Any more?
Then for like the second video, I feel like because the daughter was more hooked onto like her online social media and like her own personal life away from the mother, she didn't really take time out of her daily schedule to call her mother and like
I agree.
connect with her again, rather
Yeah.
than leave. And then she just left her mother like
Mm.
she didn't really didn't really call the mother that much and just hung out on the mother multiple times saying that she didn't have time and that she was busy. So when the mother had the stroke and didn't make it, right, the daughter felt very because she regretted her actions lah, and she felt that she should have showed more love towards her mother when her mother was still around, rather than using her phone and just like hang out with her mother and saying that she was
Not only
taking
that, she do a
actions.
recipe, who can put the recipe on the Facebook, Instagram, and yet never say, Mom, call the mom and say, Mom, I just done the recipe, take a look. She rather spend the time on Facebook and posting her recipe than to show it to her mom. I agree with you. Next one. I'm not next one, sorry.
For the last video, I feel like nowadays teenagers don't really have the patience in them anymore, other than their parents. Like the last video, the dad had the patience to tell the child, the son when he was young, that the animal was a sparrow 21 times. But when the son grew up, he did not have the patience to tell the dad what the sparrow was, and like he got mad easily, which could be a sign of like mass media. He was engrossed in the mass media and that he did not have the time and patience to tell the father what the sparrow was, unlike what the father did to him when he was a little boy.
Exactly. You can put aside and then spend patiently explain 21 times to his son. So which one do you think has the biggest impact to you?
Probably the first video, because nowadays even like when I go to visit my grandmother, I see like all my relatives also just using their phone at the side and not like greeting my grandmother that much anymore. Like this is like very disheartening to see, because my grandmother is just alone, like stay at a corner also, just waiting for someone to go and like buy.
Oh my God. Oh dear. So hopefully next year, Chinese New Year, no need to wait until Chinese New Year. The nearest coming is the 中秋节, right? Right. And even the nearest, the Christmas coming, or even her birthday, if it's her birthday is not over yet, coming soon. Yeah. To be honest, when I go to my parents-in-law house, I can see that everyone's on their handphone and TV. Not for me. I will talk to my father-in-law, unless my father-in-law is sleeping. Just few days ago, my father-in-law is now in hospital, quite a bad condition. Because of heavy smoking, his lung cannot breathe properly, and now on tube. Nearly last few days was very, very critical. And that remind me of myself, because I also a very heavy smoker when I was young. So if I'm not going to take care of my health, then I'll be like my father-in-law lying on the bed, and he's still in the Tan Tock Seng hospital. And a few days ago, my mother-in-law also sick. My mother also sick. So I think life is short. I mean, 没有看那些 social media 不会死，也不会受伤。可是你没有 spend quality time with your loved one，你也不会死，可是你会一辈子受伤。Thank you, Jamie. Back to you, Junie. How do you feel about the 3 pictures? I mean, why have I say keep picture? The video. Back to you, Junie. Yeah, so sorry. Now, let's go. Now, when you talk about show full face like Jamie like that, don't mind, because this is oral. So I need to know how your expression. But other time you don't show me your face is fine. Back to you, Junie.
My upstairs very noisy, so my hard to sleep. The first video is about like the girl using like social media. So he like she's like when
What the hell is it going on upstairs?
I don't know, renovation.
Are you poor thing? Saturday, no?
Yeah.
You know they have to start at 12 o'clock. Are you staying in condo or HDB? You can
HDB.
complain. Weekends, they are not supposed to work renovation after 12 o'clock. And Sunday is supposed no renovation work. Especially if you are imagine you are drawing near to exam and they're making a lot of noise, you can complain on. Okay, it is okay. Okay, because of and imagine that your house got old people need to rest, correct or not? 他们要赶公司他们的事，哎呀，poor thing, so sorry. Do your best, do your best. We'll listen to you. Jamie, Jamie, carry on.
So the first video is about a girl, right, using social media, and when her grandmother like say 恭喜发财 to her, then she's like too engrossed in her social media and like very like think that her grandmother is very like noisy and
Nuisance. Very nuisance, right?
yeah, like very irritated.
Irritating. Okay, irritating. All right.
Then when her grandmother when she saw her grandmother showing the videos of her when she's young on the television, right, with mass video, right? Then she realized like she like too cruel to her grandmother. So like she just sit down and comfort her. The second video is about
The mother and the daughter, right?
yeah.
Got the stroke, then?
So she's like every time, right, he's like treated her mother like they will like always say like stay alive, then not like don't need to call every day. And then when like one day, right, when she called her mother, right, then she never pick up.
Too late.
Then her father told her that she got a stroke. Then she realized that she had like didn't treat them properly.
Okay.
Yeah. And the video is about a father and his son. Then they were sitting on a bench like then the father asked the son who's like reading a newspaper about like what is that? Then the son like say it's a sparrow. Then after the father said a lot of times, then the son very irritated.
Very annoyed, yeah.
Yeah. And then like they shouted at him. After that, his father took out a diary that states that when he's young, like 3 years old, then he asked his father like 20 plus times about what is that. Then his father every time didn't get irritated and just hug him and say it's a sparrow. Then he realized that like yeah, like he very bad to his father.
Very upset. Okay. So out of these 3 videos, which one do you think has the biggest impact on you?
Number 2.
Why?
Because we must like cherish our family members like very much, or else like we don't know one day, right, they might disappear from your life. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Juni. Thank you. Really appreciate it. The purpose of watching this 3 video is to capture your memory in case when you are watching this video during your exam, you have to jot down point, write down, and then expect teacher to ask you a few questions about the video, how you feel, what will you do if you are inside the video, how you respond to this video, what is your reaction, what is your impact, things like that. Back to you, Hanye. Last but not least will be Jayden. Hanye, how do you feel about these 3 videos and what is your reflection on these 3 videos? And which one has the biggest impact?
So firstly, I think the biggest impact will be the third video, cause me and my father last time also have a lot of conflict one. So like we sometimes have disagreements, but then in the end we all in the end we all realize our mistakes and then we all get well again.
Reconcile, 团结啦 reconcile。哇，你小小年纪就跟 daddy 意见不合，我希望你长大不要这么 ego 要听 daddy 妈咪的话我知道了，我们 在这个社会 very 压力啊 very stress. Back to you, so sorry.
Okay, so the first video, I think it was because of the main character using her phone too much, and then her grandmother felt neglected. So I think the girl also at the end also felt a bit of remorse. That's why she went to go and check on her grandmother.
And start crying.
And then the second video, it was the person who was working overseas.
Yes.
And then I think it is true that we should focus on the work at hand, but then we also should take care of our families. We also must remember our families and not leave them alone. And then
That's true.
lastly is the sparrow one, and I think the sparrow one was the most. It was the most touching one for me because like it sometimes happens because sometimes I ask my father a question and then he answers me, and then I ask him the same question again and then he also answers me. But then when he asks me a question and then I didn't hear properly, and then say again, I say again, I
很
say
烦
again.
啊，
Yeah.
对吧？很烦，你可以不要烦我吗？我在打我的游戏机，I'm doing my COD Call of Duty，你不要让，等一下我的兵死掉怎么办？You feel very 惭愧哦，对吗？Yeah. Okay, okay, we learn. Any more? That's all. Thank you very much. How about you, Jaden? You need tissue paper, like Jaden just now was like very sad crying. No, okay. It's nothing wrong. 男人流泪不流男人流血不流泪 It's nothing wrong. Back to you. How do you feel about the 3 videos?
So the one that has the biggest impact on me is probably the last video, because like I also have arguments with my parents, mostly my father.
Game lah, bro. We all have lah. Come on, next time your son also have argument. If imagine I'm lucky enough to teach your son next time, 哎，我的 daddy Jaden, there's nothing new. Daddy that time 小的时候也是跟我讲，他跟你爷爷是 okay, nothing wrong, normal.
Yeah, so about the first video, the girl and her ama,
Mm.
the girl was very engrossed in using her phone, swiping social media probably, and then the other family members watching the television.
That's the mass media. Go on,
Yeah, and then so the ama kept saying 恭喜发财 to the girl, but then the girl like 不理睬阿嬷。
对哦，就是阿嬷也是用 media， 用什么 media？Talking media， 对吗？讲话恭喜发财用 talking 吗？Nothing to do mass media, nothing to do social media. Talking about really a normal media， 讲话不理不睬，哎呦，真挺可怜的。来 carry on.
Yeah, so the ama say like a lot of times, and then the girl just busy swiping her phone, never reply. She grow up already, forget about her happy past. And then the ama see the girl like that, so she like very sad, and then go back to her room, go turn on the television also, and then go watch the video.
Very, very contradicting, you realize, using the mass media to remind, stop using your social media. If I'm the grandmother, I would take my granddaughter's phone and slam it on the floor. Carry on. Okay.
So the girl seeing the ama turn her back on her,
Yeah.
she also has a sense of remorse. So she went to the ama's room and then saw she was looking at their past. They are very, very happy.
Flashback, yeah.
Yeah, flashback. Yeah, and then the girl just
Ama, 恭喜发财. Okay, yeah. Wake up call, It's a wake up call,
and then the subtitle say who's cutting onions.
Who's cutting onion? Okay, next one. Anyone?
For the second one, There's the
mom and the daughter, right?
so the girl also very engrossed in posting her social media, her cookbook recipes, and then she completely neglected her mom, like in a sense that she doesn't really communicate with her mother.
No,
Yeah,
communicate using social media.
okay.
Yeah, using social media, but in a limited way.
So I think she just like has a mindset that she needs to focus more on her so-called work, publishing her cookbook, make it like known worldwide. You know, like Gordon Ramsay cookbook like that.
Oh, the other naughty cousin.
Yeah.
And we know recently he fell down, right? He got an accident, right? Was quite badly injured. Yeah. Okay.
So the after the daughter actually tried calling her mother for once.
That's why you use tried, right? That's why she cried. You get it now? She tried and she cried. Everything dried. Carry on.
Yeah, so
Okay.
so she noticed her mother never called, never answered, so she texted her father. And then her father say, what, her mother got stroke and then in the hospital, bye-bye already.
Bye-bye, yeah.
And then the daughter very sad, cry. And then and then like the daughter keep say I love you to the father because she regret what happened with her mother. And then for the final one, the father and the son about the sparrow. So the son was reading the newspaper, which is mass media. And then the father was just sitting beside him, looking at the nature, looking at nature. So suddenly a sparrow just falls on the bush. I mean, flies and lands on the bush. And then the father just recalls of that time his son asked him 21 times, what's that? So he also asked his son, what is that?
I think he asked his son only the most 5 or 6 times anymore.
Yeah,
And then the son cannot take it anymore. Just
Yeah.
like all of us here.
yeah. So the son, having very little patience, he just shouted at his father. Yeah, and then the father just goes into the house, takes out a book,
No,
points it
no,
at,
it's not a book, it's a shotgun. Right, honey, he took out a shotgun. Okay. Just kidding, just kidding. Then a book, then a diary lah. I'll call it a diary,
and then he go find a passage. He gives it to his son, points at the passage, and let's see that. Very cool one.
Very cool,
Yeah,
Even though he might have a dementia, carry on.
yeah. And then yes, the reason he might be writing the diary because like in the past he knows he's going to get dementia.
No, oh, I didn't think of that. Possible, Maybe she worried in the future if she got this illness, she want her son to continue to know what she had done for the son and continue to ask the son to love him. That is a freaking good point. You are the first student to say that. Well done. Okay.
So about that. Wait, where was I?
To ask the son to remind his son.
Yeah.
You worry that he will get dementia. Yeah.
So the father asked the son to read out the passage out loud. Then when the son was reading, he also felt a sense of regret.
Mm.
And then just hugged the father, very 亲爱. And so in conclusion, all three videos, they include some sort of media. And then it's like all three videos are telling us media are keeping us separated from having quality time with our families. Okay, that's it.
Thank you very much. In fact, whether you're in the mass media, in the social media, you can see that in a different era, people are too engrossed. In the future, we don't know what kind of media we are talking about. Your children, your grandchildren might be the same to you. Hopefully not lah. As far as concerned with these 3 videos, we bring a message across that whether mass media or social media, is that can we put a quality time with our family members? Are we able to not just engross in our media that we help ourselves to improve our quality of life, but at the same time, we do not neglect this loved one behind. The most important things through today's lesson is that we know that moving forward, technology is inevitable. We're going to change. We need to survive through this technological world. But having said that, are we ready to put aside some time, really quality time with our family members? Are we ready to see that to sacrifice this viewing time for social media now and mass media? Are we allowed ourselves to spend times that they are not ready to use social media or mass media? So with this, I would like to say that go back to this, a quick one. So now I hope by ending this lesson today, may I have your vote now? Your vote now. Remember, the beginning of today's lesson, I'm asking you, right? Just be fair. I got student Jaden. I was very surprised to hear that. I think all these 3 videos are script. I don't have any feeling on these 3 videos. Huh? I see until I sian already. I've been watching all these kind of videos for many times already. So to me, this one is like scripting. So I asked them, how do you feel? Normal law? Normal? You mean you got no feeling with that? I mean, just as long as we know what we do, okay, fair enough. That's their opinion. So Jaden, can you start out? Will you vote for social media or mass media?
I think social media.
Junie,
social media.
Jamie,
Social.
well, all the J all vote for social media. How about Jason?
Social media.
Okay, Jason Han since all are J, call yourself Jason. Or Jackson. Or J ma. You realize all the J, Jaden, Junyi, Jamie. So don't be an odd one out. Okay. Oh, realize from this simple voting, we realize that social media is the way to go. Not this class. I think 90% all of them vote for social media. I got student ask, isn't it a very biased questions? It's a very common sense, very straightforward answer that we vote for social media, but you never know, right? There are some people vote for mass media. So thank you for your vote. And moving forward, Junia, I think thanks to all of you, we got no time. My mouse stuck. Okay, we have no time to talk. Have we finished reading this already? Oh, haven't read, Hanye. Okay, Jamie done already. So Junie, I left yours, Junie. So if you can do it next round, you complete it. Okay, and then of course this one book smart, we done already. And Junie, you haven't, sorry, this one we have to end by today's if possible, because next week we got a lot of things to do. And this is your essay, children. This dear Hanye, take a picture, send to the group chat. Jaden, you're still in the group chat, huh? So this is the homework. Okay, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No need to do all, huh? You decide which one you want to do. Okay, 6 is like looking for resources to help you. So these are the very common questions tested in secondary school and JC as well. So you may come across this kind of question in your exam, any paper 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe in your Chinese exam as well. All right. Thank you, Hanye. So next is this comprehension passage. Thank you, Hanye. I saw your message already. This one. So this one, Jaden, we are talking a lot about using comprehension skills. All right. So to start off with this one, next week, I'm going to do this. And please do your homework. Remember the first sentence with the full stop, okay? Just a quick one, to give you a head start to do this comprehension homework. There'll be more to come, because This is for your exam, not for my exam. Huh? Some of you may have read this passage already when you got the lesson plan from Uncle Raymond. Okay, let's see. I'll do a quick one. Give me a 1 or 2 minutes more. Okay, this is the last paragraph, I think. No, not really. Yeah, okay, this is the last paragraph. Ready? I'm going to read this. The Rosetta family was just like your typical family. Okay, so this is a family maybe of 4 or 5 people. Okay, next sentence. The family of 6, so I'm quite right, 4 or 5. So 6. The family of 6 had always gone to interesting places during the June and December holiday. A normal family like us in Singapore, but I'm not sure whether this family is from Singapore or overseas. Let's read on the third sentence from the third paragraph. When it was time for the planning for the next holiday, the Rosettas were at a loss. Oh, sorry. So this one is supposed to be here. Why are they at a loss? Are they spoiled for choice? Don't know where they go, or they have been traveling a lot of places around the world until they lost touch, don't know what, until sian already get tired, don't know where to go. Or maybe are they going for a staycation? Mr. Yong and his family were ardent volunteers. Very typical Singaporean family. Okay, why are they? So are they going to do volunteer work during their their June and December holidays? Let's read on. At home, husband and wives make some calls and check out some website of charity organizations which were always appreciative of the kind efforts of volunteers. So maybe this time they really travel around the world until they get tired. They want to do volunteer works. Maybe this is what the paragraph is talking. This is what the passage is talking about here for these comprehensions. Okay. When the day came and the Rosettas reached the village, there were reapers of excitement in the air. What do you mean by that? So during the holidays, they now go out at their own expense. Volunteer means they pay their own pocket money and go and do charity work without any payment by the governments or by any employer. They are themselves their employers. So what happened? Soon the volunteers began to work. Oh, so they're going to do something. Build houses, build toilets, build school, teach the children. Mr. Rosetta had similar success with their older children. Hey, wait a minute. This one talk about Mr. Yong and his family. And now there's this Mr. the Rosetta. So there are 2 groups of people now. Okay. So roughly from this one sentence of each paragraph, give you some idea. Okay, that's what say. The text below describe how the Rosetta's family will often go on the volunteer trip overseas. Then my answer is Mr. Yong and his family. So are they using this Mr. Yong and family to tell the Rosetta that go and do volunteer work instead of traveling around, okay? To go to Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, Myanmar, Vietnam, Cambodia. These are the countries that need a lot of volunteers to develop their countries and their communities. So this passage is talking about volunteer trips. So when you're reading this, you have to pick up some keywords to relate to volunteers. Okay. Thank you for taking another extra 5 minutes of your time. I hope today's lesson will give you a better idea what social media and mass media is about. And this entire month, we were talking about this. And hopefully, there will be more information that help you to prepare for future exam.